Cars on track now for the restricted feature. Once again, 16 entries, 25 laps. Your point leader going into the finals here is Cole Bezio, and he finds himself starting back there on row number 3. Running second in the points, Briggs Davis in the 96 car with 952 points. He's up there starting on the front row.
Well, here is tonight's main event lineup. Starting on the pole in car number 12 from Citrus Heights, it's Haven Sherman. The outside from Antica, the 96 of Briggs Davis.
On row 2, Jaden Furneaux from Peoria, Arizona in the 37J, and Maya Malden from Rancho Murrieta in the 55X.
Row 3 to the inside, and car number 90 from Tulare, it's Tice Domingos. The outside, the 37X, your current point leader from San Diego, Cole Bezio.
Row 4, Maxon Roush from Riverdale in the 17M, and Aubrey Huckleberry from Visalia in the 10J.
From La Crescenta in car number 26, it's Courtney Baker. The outside from Temecula, it's Rowdy Medina in car number 25R.
We're in the 6th row for David Anderson from Clayton in the 3D, and driving the number 81 out of Monmouth, Illinois, Braxton Flatt.
Row 7 is Eli Black in car number 5E and the 2 of Andrew Williams.
Nixon Gabbard from Peoria, Arizona in the 77, and the 4S of Joey Salachi from Petaluma. That's your field.
Lap number 1 in the books by our junior sprint graduate, Haven Sherman. She's ahead of Briggs Davis as here comes Maya Malden upstairs. She gets in the rear bumper of the 37 of Jaden Furneaux. They make contact down the fresh straightaway. There's high contact racing up front right now.
And we've got a strong field running up through the racetrack here with the 12 of Haven Sherman out in front. Briggs Davis in the 96 runs second, the 37J of Jaden Furneaux, 9D Tice Dominguez, and the 55X of Maya Malden. Tice Dominguez currently 4th in the points.
Meanwhile, up front, it's all about Haven Sherman. Briggs Davis is second. He's trying to track down Cole Bezio, who's currently 6th. He is your current Speedway point leader. So a championship up for grabs in tonight's restricted main event.
Only 12 points separating Davis from your front runner, Cole Bezio. Haven Sherman still out front in that number 12, keeping it clean, running at the front of the field.
She's doing a great job, John. We got to see her develop in the junior sprint last season here at the Delta Speedway. Picked up a couple wins, ran second in the points title. This is her first lap she has led in a restricted micro sprint and doing a great job up front.
And just watch her. I mean, she's running so smooth through the corners.
Doing a great job, not scrubbing any speed. Her and Briggs Davis have kind of pulled away from the rest of the field, but lap traffic is right in front of your leaders. Things are about to get interesting.
Haven Sherman not afraid to run up high. Keeps it down low in the corners just to shorten up this racetrack as Briggs Davis is coming up to challenge.
Joey Salachi about parked it right in front of your top 2. As Haven Sherman gets by, Briggs Davis gets by. 12 laps complete, 13 laps to go. Haven Sherman's going to have to come up with a game plan with traffic right in front of her.
Yeah, I don't think that low line's going to work for very long, that's for sure.
She might be a sit and Doug. This might be the race where you'd rather be second than leading it, as traffic is heavy in front of the 12 car.
So many cars at the back of the field. She's got 7 ahead of her. Davis now right up on the rear bumper as they come through turns 3 and 4. She gets by the 77 of Nixon Gabbard.
Puts a slider on David Anderson, a good move, but Davis gets by cleanly of the 3 car. Sherman just being very patient, Trav doing a great job in car number 12.
And one thing you got to realize is there's no rear view mirror on these cars. All you got is your ears and your eyes to see what's alongside. And by then it's maybe too late.
Sherman put Gabbard a lap down, did a great 18 laps complete.
Davis now gets bottled up behind the 77 of Gabbard. Finally gets by, turns it a little bit sideways, though, trying to work his way through the corner.
Lap cars stacking up right in front of your leader, Haven Sherman. Davis scrubbed a little bit of speed that last time by, but people are stacking up. Things are getting chaotic up front.
Sherman trying to find a way to get around that number 2 of Williams. Yellow flag. Oops.
Joey Salachi spins in turn number 4, draws a stop to the party as things were about to get very interesting in lap traffic there, John.
Well, it might tighten up the field for the restart, but the big benefit to Haven Sherman is it'll get rid of all those back markers and she'll have clear track right in front of her.
Absolutely. 19 laps complete, 6 laps to go. It's going to be very difficult to get back to traffic. So Briggs Davis is going to have to time this restart. Only 6 laps to go. I don't think we're going to get back into lap traffic. Looks like we got some parts laying on the speedway in turn number 2. Head official, RJ, going to pick it up.
And that'll be on eBay later.
We'll see which driver it comes from. They'll even sign it. That'll add to the fee.
6 laps to go, single file restart.
How about it, John? Haven Sherman, we talked about it. Junior sprint graduate, barely missed out on the title last year, leading her first laps in restricted, doing it on California Speedway Championship night.
And running just a really great race. I mean, you haven't seen her put a wheel wrong.
No, she's been very good, very patient, doing a great job in lap traffic. I know it's easy to kind of get uneasy about being with that much lap traffic. She's done a great job up front, car number 12.
And I'm sure she knows who is right behind her.
Back to green, Briggs Davis pushing Sherman down the front straightaway. Took a peek to the inside. Now here comes Tice Domingos trying to get in the mix.
Yeah, it looked like Davis tapped Sherman too coming out of turn 2.
And we got a parking lot in turns 3 and 4.
Oh, that's entirely too many cars over there. Okay, we're down by 1.
So the 3D of David Anderson, one of them. The 5E of Eli Black, looks like the 2 of Andrew Williams. And the 77 of Nixon Gabbard. These drivers are running 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th at the time of this caution. We did get 1 lap completed on that run.
5 laps to go now.
So looks like we didn't get the whole field through actually, so we're back to 19. Sherman definitely wanted that extra lap to go through. Hey, car number 12, Davis, looks like he took off a little bit better than Sherman. He definitely pushed it all the way down the front straightaway. So
That's for sure.
we'll see if Davis has any tricks up his sleeve. The chrome horn might get put into effect here, as he gets right up on the rear bumper. Briggs Davis is here to play ball in this main event. He's letting Haven Sherman know he is there.
A little bumper tag there going down the front straight. Tice Domingos, though, you don't want to count him out either. Tice 4th in the points, and he is 3rd on the racetrack. So you've got Sherman out front, Davis running 2nd in the 96, and Domingos running 3rd in car number 9.
Your Speedway point leader, Cole Bezio, currently runs in the 6th spot. Again, he came into tonight 12 points ahead of Briggs Davis. Now there's points award for qualifying, heat race, and main event action. So we're not sure what the actual point deficit was going into tonight's main event. But right now the ball is in the court of Briggs Davis for the championship title.
Yeah, Cole Bezio in the 37X, your point leader at the moment, but he's back in 6th place with only 6 laps to go.
So Davis knows what's on the line. He's looking at the scoreboard. He knows he needs to drive by every car possible to maximize his points to try to get the California Speed Week title. Lights are out. A 6-lap dash about to come up. Briggs Davis trying to play some mind games under caution with Haven Sherman. We'll see if Haven Sherman can get her first restricted win. We'll see if Briggs Davis can get the win and potentially a Speed Week title.
Bringing them around really slow as they head down the backstretch.
Deep breath, ultra focused. Leader can start anytime she wants between the cone and turn 3 right there and the exit of 4. She's going to go late. And we are back to green, John.
Davis thought about going down the inside there, thought better of it. And she's got about a 2-car length advantage at the moment coming down the front straight. Haven Sherman, your leader in the number 12, and more carnage in turn 4.
Big crash in turn 4 as we're having a hard time getting lap 19 complete, and it's an absolute parking lot once again, John. And it is your point leader upside down for the second time tonight.
37X involved in that. That's Cole Bezio. The 3D of David Anderson. The 4S, is that Salachi? Yep. And car number 5, that looks like Eli Black again.
So the front end's out of the 37 car, John. You can see the left front arm is poking down. It's dangling. The left front is back up into the headers. Your point leader, the helmet's off.
Point leader's done.
So tough break for the 37X as they're getting him on the hook, and there is a ton of damage as we're about to get a Fast 4 Media replay.
And a reminder to you fans in the stands that you can watch Fast 4 Media race coverage in the replays when they post it. It's a subscription service to watch the races live, but if you want to watch the replay later in the week, there's no charge for that. You just go to fast4media.com and you can get right in there, find the Delta Speedway portion of the program and dial it up. Whoa.
A little pirouette. Looks like the 37J, Jaden Fernew, off the pace in turn number 4, and the 37X of Cole Bezia climbs the left rear and does a wicked pirouette. And as everyone trying to avoid, stacks up in turn number 4. Heartbreak City for your Speed Week point leader as he is done for the night. And it's been a rough night. He qualified good on lap number 1, then tipped over, and then gets upside down in turn number 4.
And this could be Briggs Davis race.
Yeah, Briggs Davis now,
He needs to stay out of trouble.
he just needs to finish. I know he wants to win, but big picture, if I'm Briggs Davis, I'm going to force the issue for the win, but no, I don't need to win this to win the title now. Talk about the restart too, John. Haven Sherman slipped up on the exit of turn number 4. Briggs Davis was hounding her at the time of that caution. So Sherman's going to have to cross her T's and dot her I's with still 6 laps remaining.
Definitely a character builder for her.
Absolutely. So a couple cars stopped in that one, John. A couple looked like they locked it up with the car flipping to stop to avoid. So we're trying to figure out kind of a judgment call on the situation. So we're waiting to kind of see what's going to develop here.
Yeah, those final 3 cars that were cleared out of there definitely weren't involved in the initial accident. And it looks like the officials have decided that the final 3 cars that were over there where the initial crash took place will be allowed for the restart. And they will just tag the back.
Which is a pretty fair call. I think they stopped to avoid contact. These drivers were running in the 15th, 16th spot at the time of the incident.
And they didn't make contact with the cars in front.
No. So I think that's a fair call. Let these drivers get back to the field and continue this race. We're still on lap number 19. It went 19 laps nonstop, and we're struggling to get going past lap 19 with 6 laps to go. I really feel for Haven Sherman this one. She's probably a nervous wreck up front, just wants this one to get over. But she has done a great job up front. Davis is staying glued to that rear bumper, though. He's continuing to let her know that he is right there, and he's trying to get himself 2 bears in one night.
And Dominguez is not giving him a whole lot of room either. In fact, he's lagging back, I think, waiting for something to happen between those two so he can just jet by.
Absolutely. He sees what's going on in front of him. He's just making sure he's not getting involved in case something happens. Dominguez, very smart young racer himself, as he was racing with Briggs Davis in traffic at the time of the first caution on lap 19. So this continues to be potentially a 3-horse race as we go back to green.
Green flag, Sherman hangs on to that front spot, comes out of turn 2 down the backstretch, pulling away from Davis.
Sherman does a really good job that time, keeping the car glued on the bottom of the exit of turn number 4. Sherman, Davis, Dominguez, your top 3 start to pull away. Sherman starting to step away from Davis now.
And is definitely putting some space in between. Next time around, they'll have 3 laps remaining. Haven Sherman, your leader in the 12 car, the 96 of Briggs Davis, the 9D of Tice Dominguez, your front 3. 55X Maya Malden, 10J Aubrey Huckleberry, your front 5. And it is Haven Sherman that set the fastest lap, a 10.97.
Oh, massive contact. The 3D of David Anderson climbed the left rear of Eli Black. It looked like the throttle might have stuck open and nosedive into the wall for turn number 4. Officials say David Anderson is okay, and car number 3D quickly on the scene. The 3D climbed the left rear of Eli Black. Not sure if it got into the throttle because both cars just absolutely took off, nosedived into the concrete in turn number 4. And we go red as heavy contact was made.
Eli Black's car getting pushed off into the infield. And it looks like they're trying to get the 3D of Anderson out of gear. They got that happening. And that car will get escorted to the infield.
Both drivers are reported okay, which is the best case scenario in that situation. The track is definitely cleaned off, John. You look at it, Haven Sherman set the fastest lap of the race on lap 23, but Briggs Davis, Tice Domingo, Maya Malden, Aubrey Huckleberry, and Rowdy Medina all turned their fastest lap on lap 23.
Giving it their all here in the final laps.
So 23 laps complete, 2 laps to go. Haven Sherman is getting put through it right now with these cautions, John. She just wants this one to get over with.
Yeah, no kidding. And they'll get at least one more lap before we go green as we get the lineup straightened out. All right, the lineup is sorted out.
Green, white checker gonna come up here as Haven Sherman locked everyone down, then hits the throttle. Might have been taking a little bit of a nap.
Yeah, this is when you want to have your car pick up and go right away. Davis with a good restart. Tries to get up the inside. That doesn't happen. White flag is going to come out this time around. 1 lap to go for Haven Sherman, your leader in the number 12. And look at the gap that she has pulled out just on the restart.
0.5 of a second better off of turn 4, John.
And Haven Sherman, yellow flag.
No, we go yellow. Oh no.
We've got a car in the wall up there in turn 2. And that is the 26 of Courtney Baker.
The race that doesn't want to end for Haven Sherman. She's going to have to do another perfect restart. Absolutely launched Briggs Davis. Davis took a peek to the inside. I think he used his final card as Tice Domingos almost picked his pocket.
This is it. Final lap. 1 lap to go. They'll get the green and white flag together and the checkered flag next time by.
We'll see if Haven Sherman's got one more restart in her. She only has a 1/7 of a mile to go. We're back to green.
Davis is staying right with her this time. Gets a little loose coming out of turn 4. Checkered flag, Haven Sherman with the win. Briggs Davis, number 96, comes home second. The 9D of Tice Domingos